Hey guys, and welcome back. Today is round 2 of me making I can never speak. Round 2 of me making lunch for me and my sister. Hopefully she likes it. Again, today we are making lentils with chickpeas. Well, not only lentils. If you've been paying attention to me and watched my first video, we're using this vegan curry coconut. But we're making it different. This time I'm going to use canned lentils and a can of chickpeas. Never used canned lentils before, so we'll see. Alright, so ignore the background because Lee's playing her game. Right now what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of the butter. Oh. Nope. The vegan butter in the pot so I can mix up my onions and put my beans in so I can have the curry simmering while I'm making everything else. So right now what you see me doing is I'm getting my white rice ready. My water's boiling, so I'm lowering my flame and give me 1 second because I gotta find the top. Alright, so we're mixing down the onions and garlic just a little bit. I'm about to put the beans in right now, season this a little bit more, and I got my rice cooking. I found a lid. What I also did was I made the batter for my mushrooms. I didn't say we call them fried mushrooms because I guess the recipe I'm following, they made it like fried chicken. Another way of using it, they used not oyster, the portobello tops. Yeah, so I don't have to plant-based milk. I used water. What I did was I put you probably can't hear me over that. I do apologize, but anyway, so I put a cup of flour, some water in it. Well, a cup of flour, the same ratio, a cup of water. Mixed it for the wet batter, seasoned it a little bit with ground cumin, roasted garlic, probably use a little bit of liquid smoke, just a little bit because it has a strong flavor. And that's for the wet batter. And for the dry batter, I put just a little bit of flour and some panko, vegan panko. So hopefully my chicken or fried mushrooms can have a crunch to them. And I don't know, I might add a little bit more seasoning to it. I'm not sure yet. But like I said, with the liquid smoke, you only want to put a little bit of it because the flavor is really, really powerful. Alright, so I mixed and drained. I rinsed and drained my lentils and my chickpeas. Oops, sorry. I mixed and drained my lentils and my chickpeas and added them in. I'm gonna let some of that water come out before I put in the sauce, and then I'm gonna season it. I'm gonna let some of that water come out and then I'm gonna season it. Also too, fun fact, the sauce or the juice that's inside the chickpea water, they call it, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce what they call it, but they use it as an egg replacement. We'll find a nice recipe for it and I'll show you, and then I'll get the name for it then. But right now, like I said, I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. Let that water come out of that before I add in the sauce and then season it. Checked out my rice. It's almost done, which is great. Probably put a little bit more water in it only because it's still hard. But just a tiny bit, not too much. I'd rather it mushy than hard, honestly. And now I'm going to put the mushrooms together. I added the curry in. Now I'm going to let it simmer. Yeah, I added the curry in. Now I'm going to let it simmer. Just season it just a tiny bit more. But other than that, it tastes good. Please, again, don't mind the background. Dunk it. And then the breadcrumbs. Or the panko, and I think my oil is hot, but I'm gonna do a few to fry. Oops, I keep dropping it. Sorry, guys. One more. Oops, I broke it. And now I'm gonna throw this in the fryer. I'll show you that part before I finish. When you fry, you always wanna make sure your oil's hot. Some people put water in it. I ain't doing all of that. Alright then. Boom. So now I'm gonna fry these and I'll be back. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is the fried mushrooms definitely take longer. Cook a lot faster than the chicken, which is always a plus because I mean when you're hungry like I always am, who wants to wait forever for their food to cook, right? Right. And you're only really cooking it, of course, until the outside is golden brown. I usually do it a little bit longer this way, make sure my mushroom is fully cooked in the middle. It took me a while to get it down packed, but really you wait until it's golden brown. Here's one that's cooked. Can't wait to try it, but I'm gonna let a few more cook before I try it. Also too, if you run out of batter while you're doing it, just of course make more. The key is the same amount of flour you use, whatever type of flour you're using, because you don't have to use what I used. I just used what I had on hand. You can use any type of flour you want, and then you can use whatever type of either it's almond milk, oat milk. In my case, I had to use water because I didn't have any nut milk. But since I didn't have any, you have to use the same ratio, and then you'll get the right consistency. As you hear, that's my mushrooms in the background. I'm looking for my tongs to flip it, but that's my mushrooms in the background. It's time to flip it, so I'll be back to talk more in a minute. I flipped it also too. When your oil gets a little too hot, lower it just a little bit because you don't want your batter to get golden brown or darker before your mushroom cooks, just like your chicken. So just lower it. You fry it, I would say not the same, but I mean you know how to fry, right? Hopefully soon I can get an air fryer and we can try it then or in there. I never tried in the air fryer. I think I did once and I didn't like how it turned out, so next time or hopefully soon. Well, another thing about the mushrooms too is my sister don't like them, so more for me, which is a plus. And I'll give some, or I'll share with my roommates because one's been harassing for them and the other one's just said, hey, you haven't made any in a while, and she loves mushrooms, so I'll save them a few. Other than that, more for me. So now you don't need my review on the curry because I already did one. If you watch my first video, you can catch my review on it. But I'll do the review on the chicken because this is the first time I'm making it this way. That one was hot. No. Excuse me. Alright, sorry about that. I had to get my mushrooms out before they burn. Now with these, I definitely like the crunch on them. So I definitely will make these or use the type of I definitely like the crunch on these. The only difference is with these, they don't look like chicken like the oyster mushrooms do. Apparently there's something called lobster mane mushrooms that's supposed to give it the more chicken effect than these do. But I like it. I really like the crunch. See? I definitely could have probably seasoned it more. But other than that, and for everything else I'm making, really just the curry, I'll give you my sister's review on it. As for mine, like I said, watch my first video. And we'll be back with my sister's review. Hey, so I wasn't able to get my sister's review. Well, hold on. No, I wasn't able to get my sister's review, unfortunately. We'll record her saying it, but she did try a little bit. She said it was good and she did enjoy it. She tried to say it wasn't better as her lentils, but whatever. But As always, thank you for tuning in with me on The Really Picky Vegan. And if you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe, and share my friends with your page, because you never know who's truly interested on what us vegans can't eat besides salad. Well,
in 30 years.
I'm sorry. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.